The hidden secrets of government finance. Anyone who has ever interacted with a government agency can attest to the frustration of uncovering information about their operations. Governments, much like corporations, maintain a level of secrecy when it comes to revealing their financial operations, their inside workings, and their productivity. Despite being institutions of public service, governmental agencies often fail to disclose crucial financial details to the public. This secrecy is largely due to what is known as the CAFR, Comprehensive Annual Financial Report, the official financial statement for all public agencies. While it is intended to provide transparency, the CAFR is largely hidden from public scrutiny. Footnote: this section introduces the CAFR, a financial report used by governments that is often hidden from public view and plays a central role in governmental financial secrecy. The CAFR, a detailed report of government finances. The CAFR is the primary financial document for any public agency, whether a courthouse, school district, or government at the city, county, or state level. This report provides a detailed and accurate picture of all government financial accounts, including revenue, expenditures, holdings, and assets. However, despite its significance, it is often overshadowed by the budget, a much less informative document. Unlike the CAFR, which reflects the actual financial status of a government agency, the budget is a tool for projecting future spending and setting financial goals. The budget is not an accounting document but rather a political tool for public relations. Footnote: the CAFR presents a detailed and factual account of public finances, while the budget serves more as a political tool to project future expenditures, often hiding the real financial health of government agencies. The budget versus the CAFR, understanding government spending. Governments may claim they have no funds for certain services, such as a dog catcher, when in reality, the funds are readily available in the CAFR. For example, a government may budget nothing for an area like dog control, yet still have ample funds in reserve for other purposes. When the media reports on such shortfalls, they often fail to highlight the financial reserves sitting in the CAFR. These special off-budget funds can contain substantial amounts of money, but because the media does not investigate the CAFR, the public remains unaware. This discrepancy allows governments to claim a budgetary crisis, while secretly drawing funds from hidden accounts. Footnote: this section clarifies the difference between the budget, which is often used to mislead the public about financial shortfalls, and the CAFR, which holds actual reserves that are not disclosed in typical budgetary reports. Real-world example: Los Angeles County's financial deception. A stark example of CAFR manipulation occurred in Los Angeles County between 2007 and 2012. In the midst of a recession, the county's operating budget was projected to be constrained, with claims of austerity and tax increases. However, during this period, the operating budget expanded by 47%, from $17.5 billion to $25.8 billion. This sudden increase was not solely due to borrowing or tax hikes, rather, it was largely the result of moving funds around within the CAFR, making it appear as though the county was financially strained while hiding billions in special funds. This financial sleight of hand allowed the government to justify raising taxes while secretly moving money from hidden accounts. Footnote: the Los Angeles County example illustrates how governments can manipulate financial reserves within the CAFR to create the illusion of a budget crisis, while actually increasing their financial standing. The media's role in concealing government financial realities. The media plays a critical role in maintaining the illusion of governmental financial struggles by failing to scrutinize the CAFR. Instead, the media often reports on budget shortfalls and cost overruns without investigating the special funds held in the CAFR. This failure to report the truth creates a narrative where governments claim financial hardships, prompting calls for higher taxes or borrowing. Meanwhile, the real story, the enormous hidden reserves in the CAFR, remains unexamined. Footnote: this section highlights the media's role in perpetuating the misconception of government financial crises by neglecting to investigate the CAFR and its hidden reserves. Government secrecy and the misappropriation of public funds. Government agencies often underfund public services to make it appear as if they are struggling financially. This underfunding, combined with the concealment of reserves in the CAFR, allows officials to make misleading claims about budgetary shortfalls. By diverting public attention to superficial budget issues, the government can continue to operate with large amounts of hidden wealth, which is never used for the benefit of the public. Instead, these funds are often invested, compounded, and used to benefit government insiders and financial elites. Footnote: this section discusses how government secrecy around the CAFR allows officials to misappropriate public funds, hiding wealth in special accounts while claiming budgetary shortfalls. The power of off-budget special funds. Off-budget special funds, often with names like rainy day funds or emergency funds, allow governments to accumulate substantial wealth without the public's knowledge. These funds are often invested and reinvested, creating a hidden wealth stream that governments use to influence political outcomes, enrich insiders, and avoid accountability. These funds are kept separate from the public-facing budget, making it nearly impossible for taxpayers to understand the full scope of government finances. Footnote: this section explains how off-budget special funds provide a hidden wealth stream for governments, enriching insiders and preventing public scrutiny. The CAFR and government's growing investment power. Government's income from investments has now surpassed revenue from taxes. Through ownership of significant stakes in major corporations, such as Microsoft, Disney, and Exxon, governments have become major players in the global investment market. This gives governments financial power beyond taxation, allowing them to shape public policy and influence the global economy in ways that serve corporate interests rather than public needs. Footnote: this section discusses the growing financial power of governments through investments in major corporations, surpassing their tax revenues and allowing them to exert greater influence on global markets. The need for independent audits of the CAFR. The only way to ensure that government funds are being used properly is through independent audits of the CAFR. By demanding full transparency, taxpayers can hold governments accountable for how they manage public funds. The public must move beyond focusing on the budget and start demanding audits of the CAFR to uncover the hidden wealth that governments are hoarding. Footnote: this section calls for independent audits of the CAFR to ensure transparency and accountability in government financial operations. Conclusion: the call for transparency in government finance. In conclusion, the secretive nature of government finances, especially regarding the CAFR, allows governments to conceal their true financial standing and manipulate public opinion. By hiding funds in special off-budget accounts, governments have created a system that benefits insiders while perpetuating the myth of financial hardship. To restore transparency and fairness, it is crucial for the public to demand audits of the CAFR and hold officials accountable for how they manage taxpayer money. Footnote: the conclusion emphasizes the need for transparency and independent audits of the CAFR to prevent government financial manipulation and ensure accountability.